So, dribbling can be effective, but dribbling at speed can be even more effective, at least when you're good at it. But the thing is that dribbling at speed isn't just about kicking the ball really far ahead of you and then just sprinting after it. No, it's about being able to run as fast as you can while keeping the ball under control at all times. It's also about being able to change direction sharply and very quickly, and then also about being able to use explosive changes of direction to your advantage. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 drills that you can use to practice all of the aspects of dribbling at speed, so you can eventually beat more defenders. Zoom, 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 zoom. Well, first let me give you a tip on how you touch the ball while sprinting at speed. Because essentially you want to take a touch that supports the natural movement of your foot as you sprint. So if you run in a linear direction, you want to touch the ball with the outside of your foot. See, you take boom like that. It's only natural to touch it here. If you touch it with the instep, you're going to do like that. And then you need to adjust your foot to keep running forward, and that's a little bit unnatural. Same thing if you want to take a touch to the outside, you go like that. It's a lot easier than trying to like, that's not very natural. On the other hand, if you want to cut that way, see, if you put your foot down to push off in that direction, you come forward with the instep first. Boom, boom. And in that sense, you can touch the ball with the instep of your foot here. So that, instep, that, outside, straight, outside. And we can start out with the speed lane, aka the autobahn or the highway or whatever you want to call it. But it's essentially here to teach you how to run at pace with the ball in a straight line. It's a great way to start. And what I want you to try and do here is 2 things. One, imagine that you have a highway in front of you, a lot of space in a match, which is typically where you would open up and go as fast as you possibly can. So start out by trying to take a slightly longer touch and then do 3, 4, maybe even 5 steps in between every touch. That really teaches you to just open the valves, go full sprint as fast as you can. But it also requires a bit more space around you. Now, after you've done that, I also want you to try and think that you have a little less space, a few more opponents in front of you, where you would just slow down a little bit. Just go a little bit slower, meaning that you can still run fast, but have the ball under more control. So here, run as fast as possible, but take a touch on the ball for every step you make with your dribbling foot, right? So that teaches you both to go just full blast, but also to find the balance between pace and control. Just start your engines. Once you feel okay with the speed lane, you can move on to drill number 2, which we can call the speed zigzag. And it's pretty self-explanatory, really. Some cones put out in a zigzag-like motion that you're going to weave through as fast as possible while keeping the ball under control. And what's important here is that you try to practice gliding past defenders as fast as possible while keeping the ball as close to you so you're always in control. And that's where you'll need to use what you just learned in the speed lane, taking a touch for every step, keeping it close to you, running as fast as you can. So it's important that you focus on that flow. Get on your toes, it makes you agile, make sure you don't slow down. And again, start a little slower than you think you can. Then when you feel good, you can increase the speed, and eventually you get fast enough so you can basically just glide between the defenders at speed, where they typically won't really dare to touch you, because if they try to tackle or body you, there's a high risk that they're gonna give you a free kick. So it's simple, but it's good. Drill number 3 is something we can call the change of pace 3000, which focuses on, well, you probably get it. It's another zigzag course, but with further between the cones at sharper angles. And what I want you to focus on here is to both run with the ball at pace, but also practice slowing down. So you'll practice both braking, but also exploding away. And that's something that defenders hate. They hate changes of pace because you have the momentum and they have to react. And this teaches you both of those things, which you will then combine at the very end. So sprint, slow, and then at the end, you're gonna combine it into sprinting to the middle cone, stopping the ball, little body feint, and then you explode again. And this is something that is going to test your technique and your balance and your muscles, but it's better to practice and maybe fail here a couple of times before you do it in a match. Because if you can execute it in a match, snappy stop and go, it is very effective. And the next drill kind of plays with that same concept of the stop and go deception, just in a slightly different way. So imagine that you're on the wing and you're dribbling against a defender at speed. You really want to go down the line, but if it's a good defender, they're probably going to try and contain and cut you off. So what you can do here is that you can step on the ball, slow down a little bit, and then start bringing the ball forward with your back foot, kind of like luring them in, teasing them a little bit. Then once you get to the second cone, you can do one of two things. You can either fake that you're going that way, inside or back. The defender's momentum will probably go that way, and you're gonna go explosively down the line. Or you can also fake a little touch down the line, and then you explode into the pitch. So one or two things, and that just teaches you to go fast, slow it down, lure them in, give you the initiative and the momentum, and then you basically bite like a snake. But the thing is that, as awesome as it sounds, you can't dribble with the ball at pace for 90 minutes. Sometimes you also need to receive the ball while running quickly, and you need to make a good pass. So this drill focuses on all those aspects: running at speed, making a good pass, making a good first touch at speed, and finally again, making a good pass. So you basically start running up here, you take a good first touch with the ball, come down here, round these cones at speed, obviously much faster than I'm going now. You come over here, you make a pass, and then you run in here. What's important is your first touch. If it's not long enough, it's gonna stay under you, you're gonna have to slow down, that sucks. Or it could be too long, and you're either gonna lose it or have to sprint really quick to recover it. So good first touch, down here, round this cone, boop, boop, a speed, weave your way around here. Finally, you come down here, somehow weave your way out here. And then you need to be able to control your pace so much that you have enough control to just make a good pass into a goal or a target or whatever. So there you have them, my friends. 5 drills that you can use to increase your dribbling speed for different match situations. And from here on out, it's basically just a lot about practicing and repetition, 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 until you've basically wired it so deep into your subconscious that when you're in a match, you just do these things automatically. But what should we teach you next? As always, let me know in the comment section right down below. Remember that if you need new boots and you want Mbappe's new Superflies or the Vapor variation or any other boot for that matter, you can buy them in the link to Unisport right over there. Of course also, if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed with the notifications on yet, please do so. Join one of the biggest and best football families here on YouTube. And if you just want to learn some cool skills, well, there's a big playlist right down there. With those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.